everyone. What's going on? So, Pisces, all signs, or whoever's in here tonight, we're just chatting, just catching up with everybody, see what you've been going through, see what's been going on with you, see what your goals are, and see are you reaching those goals. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can join us again, and also don't forget to hit the thumbs up. All right, all right. We'll give it a few moments to see who joins us. And we'll go from there, everybody. Thank you so much. How's everybody doing? For the ones that are in here, how you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Make sure if you haven't already, check out the readings from earlier and check out any of the other readings on the channel. Hey, Steph, what's going on? How are you? I had a coffee a few hours ago, so I'm up. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Feeling good. I had a great nap, and I'm gonna be up here with you, ladies and gentlemen, for a little while, and just wanted to touch bases with everybody, see what's going on. We haven't done one of these chats in a while, so here we are. Thank you for asking. And also thank you for joining, Make sure you share this video on any other platform that you may be on so we can have more people to join and all that great stuff. What's going on? What's going on? We'll just, we'll just chat. Nothing in particular. If there's anything you would like to share, anything you want to talk about, now is the time, y'all. Now is the time. Whatever you want to talk about. If you want to talk about a reading from earlier or, whatever, we can talk about it. I am still working on everybody the watch party thing. I don't know if you ladies and gentlemen were in here the other day where I said I'm working on a watch party, selecting like videos or movies or anything like that. And we'll be like have a live chat, but we'll be watching um a live movie, live video, something like that. We'll still be able to use the chat and everything, but we're doing that. We're doing that. A live watch party, yeah. Still working that out. And there will be more information on that coming soon, especially going into the new year. I do have a question. I pulled a 10 of Pentacle card for energy and clarified with the world. I'm still learning how to read cards, so I'm confused. Okay, Steph, that's a great question. Wow. Anybody else got any tarot questions? Please feel free to place them in the chat. Like Steph. See, the thing with tarot, Steph, or anyone else that's interested, I know that you get your little guidebook. Some decks have guidebooks and some don't. But we have the guidebook, and if you have the basic understanding of the cards, especially the elements, earth, energy, water, air, fire. Okay, so when you using intuition and you pick a card like the 10, what was the card again? I'm sorry. The 10 of Pentacles, okay, and you clarified with the world. See, automatically with the 10 of Pentacles, that's talking about your stability. That's talking not just financial stability, because you see the little coins on the card. It's not just financial stability. It could be financial stability, but it could also be emotional. It could be physical, yeah, and financial, spiritual, just depending on that clarification. And you had the World card. So you'll look at, if you don't know the meanings of the cards, so 10 of Pentacles pretty much is stability, pretty much is satisfaction, pretty much is emotional fulfillment. When you clarify with a card like the World, you look at that meaning, and I'm not going to tell you what the world means because I'm giving you a little homework, Steph. Look at knowing what you know about the 10 of Pentacles. Look at the meaning of the world card, whether it was upright or whether it was reverse. Okay, that meaning of the world card is equivalent to whatever that meaning is plus stability. So let's just say the world card was in the reverse, right? And that may be um having a negative perspective about something, because it all depends on what it is, what energy you're feeling. So if that world card is in the reverse, it could be like a negative perspective about something, but you have that 10 of pentacles, so it could be you having a negative perspective on your stability, the stability you already have. It is totally intuitive. That's for me. You get what I'm saying? So it's basically like having the basic knowledge of the cards, of the elements of the cards, of each card that you pull. And that clarification is helping you to actually go a little deeper into that first card that you selected. And intuitively, your intuition plays a huge role in it. And intuitively, it's just somehow it just meshes together. I can't explain it. I hope that helped. I'm trying. um, it hasn't been something that I can really tell people how to do. We have some great YouTubers that are really good at that, but I tell you, it's difficult for me. Um, I guess because I never took a class. I didn't even read the guidebook. I just gained the basic elements. Once I got what the basic elements were, I just went from there, and the intuition just, it just kicked in. Every now and then I look at the guidebooks, but to study them, no. I have to be honest with y'all. I don't study the books like that. I automatically read it as a blended family situation being completed. See, I pulled another card, and the Queen of Pentacles came up. Queen of Pentacles is, once again, it is a form of stability. And when I read Queen of Pentacle energy, I'm thinking stability. I'm thinking being solid, being strong, independent, being unmoved by emotions, like your emotions won't override your logic, things like that. See, the cards mean different things to different people at different times and different situations. And so when you're reading for yourself, you know your story better than anyone. So the cards just really, if you're pulling cards for yourself, they really just pull at more of the subconscious of yourself, and also collectively the energy that you're trying to engage in. Hey, Empress Phoenix, what's going on? We're just chatting. We're just chatting. If you have anything you'd like to talk about, Empress, please feel free to put in the chat. Right now, we had a question from Steph about pulling cards for yourself in the tarot aspect. Yep, I've noticed the 10 of Pentacles and King of Pentacles coming up a lot for a toxic ex, Virgo, Leo. Yeah. Yeah. Has it been in the upright or the reverse? Not that, it does matter. Upright. Okay. See, the thing is, you got some people that are just crazy about the signs. They want to know, well, what signs are there? What signs? See, the type of reader that I am, I get I get pretty much a pretty good insight on which sign. Like, it just depends. Like, when I'm doing a reading, it just comes to me. I can't explain it. I don't focus so much on the sign. I focus more on the message and how it feels intuitively. And like I tell my viewers is, when you're viewing the readings, don't force it. Don't force it on yourself. Just listen. And usually the first situation that comes to mind based on what you're hearing, that's what it's about. That's what it's reflecting on. A lot of people are like, they'll come in. This is not my reading. I don't relate to this. Okay, well, log out. I mean, it's not that hard. Like, if it's not your reading, it may not be your reading. And that's okay. My pleasure. No problem. First thought was end of blended situation. I feel like my ex has kids. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can see how you thought, how you were thinking that. Yeah. Yeah. When you pulling cards for yourself, you know yourself. You know your situation better than anyone. So, um, just keep that in mind. But I appreciate your question. Good question. Anybody else? Anybody else got a question? I am still working on the Black Friday sale, y'all, for readings, questions, and all that great stuff. I do, Steph. I don't do it often, but I do, especially if I'm trying to kind of gauge some things. I do. And it's real eerie when they're pretty accurate, right? Hey, Empress, since my father passed, his friend said I've have strong gifts, the door open. How do I activate my gifts? Let me ask you something. Do you feel like you have an energetic block? Do you have some trauma wounds that maybe you haven't dealt with? Would you say that your mental space and emotional space is and heart space too is free? Those are questions that really make a difference. Hey, Bad Wolf, what do you mean? We're not reading cards right now. We're just talking. Taking a break from the cards right now. We're just talking. We're talking about tarot. We're talking about different things, in life. Talk about tarot. We can talk about relationships. We can talk about anything. Now is the time, y'all. I know I don't do these often, but we're up here tonight. Don't forget to check out the reading from earlier, y'all. It's pretty good. Well, it was pretty good. I had somebody in the comments, and they may be in here, and you know me. I'm just straightforward. I'm not being disrespectful, but I had someone to ask me in the comments, "Is this a preaching channel?" To me, that's very silly and childish. Um, the thing about it is when you don't know, if you don't understand tarot or anything that people are doing on their platform, if you truly don't understand how the messages are given, sometimes it's better to leave your comments out, because until you're that reader, you just don't get it. Like, and and we don't have time to try to explain it to you, because if you're on my video, right, there had to have been something that sparked your interest, whether it was the title, the picture, it could have been anything. It was in your feed, and it called you, it called out, it was meant for you to get something from the message. And if you don't want to hear the so-called preaching part of it, the deeper explanation of the reading, then why are you on the chat? Why are you clicking on the video? Why do some viewers take the time to try to downplay readers' abilities to read cards? And most of them don't even have channels themselves. Most of them don't even read tarot themselves. So until you are doing it, and until you understand how messages are received, and until you have ascended and tapped in, you don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, you don't. Because I didn't. Before I started doing tarot, I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. I'm like, where are they getting these messages from? I don't understand. But when I got in it, I was already intuitive, but when I got in it and receiving downloads and all these things, you never know how the messages are going to come out. Every reader is different. Every reader has their own style. Okay. People use their intuition and discernment in different ways. No two readers are alike. It just annoys me when you got people that want to come in and tell readers how to read. Are you a reader? Like, are you a reader? Because if you're not, you might want to just chill out and enjoy the message. And the messages are free. Okay? They're free. Why would you come in on a free message and try to boss the reader around? That's crazy to me. I'm trying to micromanage. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's entertainment. The messages are not to be that's all that you do is whatever we say as readers, that's all you do. No, you put the work in, you have your faith, you keep moving, you enjoy a nice reading, and you live life. I mean, oh my goodness. That's just a little sidebar, y'all. I wanted to address that because I saw that comment and I thought it was very rude. And I thought it was crazy to even say that. And I responded back and I said, well, you can always view other videos on other channels. I'm a G like that. I'm not gonna sit here and pacify somebody being rude. Because if you're rude, you're rude. And you need to check yourself. You need to check that. Because it's ridiculous to get on somebody's channel and try to boss them around. Get your own channel. Hey, you can do how you want to do up there. I might even stop by and support you. Come on. We got to be more mature. Jeez. Is this a preacher channel or something? So, and what if it is? What you gonna do? You gonna continue to listen to the message, or you gonna act like that? You gonna keep lowering your frequency, being mean and nasty and ugly? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Who we got? Who we got? My pleasure, Empress. My mental space. I missed your response. I'm sorry. My mental space through healing for the last 2 years. I have cards, just haven't pulled them lately. Okay, Empress. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Hey, lady, we're just chatting. If you have anything, lady, you like to talk about, feel free to put in the chat. Okay, this is the time. We're just talking late night chat. No, thank you. I'll pay attention to my intuition when pulling cards. There you go. My pleasure, Steph. Yeah, always do that. And when you pulling cards for yourself, I'm telling you, that first message, that first intuitive, that little nudge there, that's how you resonate with the card. Don't force it. A lot of people try to force the messages on themselves. I'll click on a reading. Like, there's a few readers that I really like on YouTube. I'll click on a reading sometimes and it doesn't sit well with me that day. And I'll say, okay, maybe this isn't for me. But then that same reading may resonate 2 months from now. It's nothing wrong with the reader. It's just the message just didn't sit with me. What would you like to talk about, lady? Like, what about it? There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. We can't talk about what's going on in other countries on YouTube with that word that starts with a W. But we can talk about in the spiritual world, tarot, religion, all that. We can talk a little bit about that. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Um, honestly, like, what stands out to you the most, Laylee? Anybody else? Hey, Bad Wolf, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Yeah, these are my guys, y'all. I got the black one out tonight because we're this is nighttime chat. He's chilling. He's looking at y'all. He's checking you out. He's peeping. He's peeping your vibe right now. He's peeping the vibe, peeping your vibe. How these low vibrational entities are on the loose, causing. That's all the time, girl. That is all the time. That's why it's so good to do the shadow work on yourself, because when you do the shadow work and you become solid, all this extra stuff externally to you, it doesn't affect you that way. And it takes work. It takes work to be solid in yourself like that. When is the best time to do an egg cleanse? I'm gonna be real. I don't know much about the cleanses and stuff like that, y'all. I mean, the only thing I really do is Palo Santo sage. That's it. I don't do anything else. I don't do any kind of rituals. I meditate. That's about it, y'all. And thinking the same thing. Yeah, I don't know. Your son loves owls, Bad Wolf. Yeah, I like owls. Always have. I believe if there were ever anything like a past life, I truly believe I was probably an owl. Honestly. I know y'all probably like, what? I believe it. I'm telling you. I believe that I was an owl. Everyone was like, what? Because I'm just drawn to them. And they're so mysterious. And I'm mysterious. Beautiful, beautiful birds. And I'm a beautiful person. And so are you. So. And I have some around my home, y'all. I got what you see on here is nothing compared to what I have at home. I have some that actually look real, like they about to take off and fly. I have the realistic looking ones, statues. I mean, the time, however, hey, lady, Empress. So, no certain time I ever do it during a time when it's quiet and you can focus and meditate while doing it. Okay. You love koi fish and turtles. Okay, yeah. Yeah, those are cute too. Mysterious and wise. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Bad Wolf. Yeah, I agree. I consider myself mysterious and wise, you know, can work very well independently. And I'm a lot like my dad in that way. Well, my mom is too. But my dad, he's a bit of a loner. He has a lot of people he knows and friends and all, but he's a loner. This is a guy that can ride down the road without the radio on. And I find myself, the older I get, I do the same thing. Like, I ride down the road, you know, pretty much got a pretty, like, brand new, sort of kind of brand new vehicle, and I'll still drive down the road with the radio turned down. I'm just thinking, I'm processing. Now I got, so y'all, I barely turn my TVs on. It's wow. And some people, it irritates them to have that much silence, but for me, I get so much work done like that. Yeah, I get so much work done when it's quiet. And I am a night owl, and I get my best work done at night. When I was in college, when I used to have to write papers and all these things, yes, Empress went to college, y'all, twice. And I used to have to write papers and all these great things, research papers, all this. I did my best work at night, y'all. I'm talking like 15, 20 page papers. I had it, it took me weeks to prepare for it, but I just could do my research and everything so much better at night. Yeah, lady, I watch TLC, the channel. Like, I watch 90 Day Fiance, and stuff like that, like a little reality TV and some movies here and there. But most of the time, my televisions are off, y'all. It's like I don't have the desire. I don't know what that's about. And I used to be a TV fanatic, just watching television and all, but I'm not. Mm-mm. I think it has a lot to do with my spiritual growth, honestly. I really do. I really think it has something to do. I love Netflix now. I'll get me something good to watch on Netflix. But, you know, since starting night shift audit 10 years ago, nighttime is my time. Yeah. I rarely watch TV. I usually just put on an ambiance on YouTube and create an atmosphere much better than a lot of shows. Yeah, Bad Wolf. I agree. And it's like in the last 2 years I've been like that. I guess because my heart and my mind is in a good place right now. And I don't feel like I need to escape. I don't feel like I need to look at the lives of other people to escape so much. And a lot of TV, especially the news, oh my God, it'll have you thinking negatively. And a lot of TV, I don't feel like I need to watch it as often to try to go away mentally, you know. I'm okay with my silence. And I haven't always been like that. Because a lot of times people want to have music, a lot of loud music playing, TV going, all that kind of stuff because it's too quiet in here. You ever heard people say that it's just too quiet in here? I gotta turn my TV on. I'm like, no, it's quiet. I hear my fish tank running, stuff like that, but it doesn't bother me. If only I could shake this phone. I do a lot on my phone. I do a lot on my phone. My phone is what keeps my jobs together. So my phone is like the computer and all that. It's just, yeah, I do a lot on my phone. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV, y'all. I got Empress on. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Thank you so much. I'm glad you tuned in like that. I love those ambiances because you can feel like you're anywhere in a peaceful way. I work around death sloth, so it soothes my mind and heart. What? Around death sloth? What do you mean, Beowulf? Ops, a lot of. Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like sloths. Like what? I was thinking about that creature. You know, the little sloth creature. I was like, are you? What do? You catch them or something? Like, I didn't know. I'm glad you clarified that. Yeah, I bet so too. I pull more cards and the reading is about the mother of someone's children sending negative energy to other women because the children's father is promiscuous. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, bad wolf. That autocorrect is something else. Yep, the autocorrect is something else. Don't be shy, y'all. What y'all want to talk about? What else is on your mind? I know you got some stuff on your mind. Come on now. You don't tune in to tarot and other channels or whatever you watch on YouTube without having things on your mind. So what's up? What's up? What's up? Talk to me. I'm still intuitive, y'all, even without the card. So if you have a question, this is the time. I'm sad. All my friends have cut me off after divorce. with toxic ex. Got myself takeout tonight to feel better and glad you're on here. Thank you, Stephanie, for sharing that. And let me tell you, honey, they were never your friend. I got to be real with, they were never your friend. If they cut you off because of you being mutual friends, having, they were mutual friends between you and your ex, and they cut you off, they were never for you. So they did you a favor. I know it may not feel like that now, but they did you a favor. Because those are people that you weren't going to be able to rely on. Look how fickle they are. They left you at a hard time. They did you a favor, honey. They did, I'm telling you. Yep. They did you a favor. And divorces, breakups, all that stuff is never easy. Having to relocate out of your home, going somewhere else, never easy. You know, disrespected and misunderstood. And you have been. You gotta recognize that, Stephanie. You were disrespected. You were misunderstood. They made a choice and they didn't choose you. And you didn't ever require them to choose you over your ex. But you just wanted to be included. You wanted to be accounted for. And instead of doing that, they dismissed you. So those are not your friends, love. They were only supposed to be there for a season, but they are not friends. They were not friends to you. A friend is somebody, no matter what happens, whether you're with that other friend or not, they still got you. They still gonna respect you. They may not talk to you as often because they trying to let the smoke clear, but they're not gonna dismiss you. They ain't gonna leave you out there in the wilderness. It's people that were never real gonna do stuff like that. So keep that in mind. And being alone, y'all, is not a bad thing. Let me repeat. Being by yourself for a while is not a bad thing. It's all about how you're using that time to get you to the next level. Isolation can be a gift. If you're isolated after a breakup, after some kind of traumatic event, that is a gift, meaning that is time to get you together. I realized I was in something bad. I know I did the right thing. I had to step in my power. They were toxic too. Hella codependency there too. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yep. You got rid of one toxic situation and the other part of the toxicity left. You wanted to cleanse out a negative energy, and that's what happened. Do you think the time of day or night affects readings? It's possible. I mean, but if a certain message is meant to come out, that message is going to come out. Whether it's day, night, you know, but it can I believe it could because, energy changes all the time. Energy changes all the time. That's another thing some people don't understand. Energy changes all the time, just like your blood pressure. Your blood pressure never just stays one number. It never stays one number, y'all. Your blood pressure reading it doesn't stay the same. You're moving, you're breathing, you're doing this, you're doing that. Your blood pressure and how the heart functions, and that's a major energy source there, your heart. How it pumps and all that changes depending on what you're doing, your activity level, if you have any type of condition and something that can affect it. Stress can affect it. So you see how the energy can alter your blood pressure. So, yeah, anything can affect energy. It can change at any different time. I don't know why I mentioned that. Someone may be checking their blood pressure, or you're trying to monitor blood pressure, trying to make sure you eat better. Something about blood pressure. I don't know. That wasn't just by chance. So, or maybe that's a sign. That's guidance for some of you, or hopefully everybody is checking their blood pressure. Okay. Do you think, okay, I got that. I find times of solitude is just a time to heal, reflect, and prepare for better things. Yes, Bad Wolf. And a lot of times it's hard being by yourself because it feels uncomfortable at first. It does. If let's say you just got a relationship and you were in that relationship for years and then all of a sudden it's over, you gotta go. Your body is detoxing from that situation and that person. And you gotta go through all the stages of grief. You're like, oh my God, I feel so lonely. I wanna go out with somebody. I wanna do this, I wanna do that. And the goal is if you feel that way, that's valid. Your feelings are valid, but that situation is over now. So you got to create a new normal for you. And you just work with yourself till you get to a point where you're comfortable being alone. And that's usually when your person comes around, not the past person, but somebody new. When you get to a space of being comfortable by yourself, that's usually when new energy comes around. Yeah, honestly, really enjoying my solitude. I've been learning about spirituality big time. I know I'm blessed by spirited guides and feel them a lot. Yeah, yeah. And you were shielded by the divine by removing those toxic friends because they could have brought you more pain. You don't ever know if they could have been the type of people that get stuff about you and take it back to your ex and vice versa. Just keeping you all confused and throwing off your energy all the time. So they did you a favor. I'm telling you, they did you a favor. Anyone else got a relationship or dating question that like or information like to share? Thanks, Empress. I mean, I was basically emotionally alone most of my relationships, so now I just don't have his in their mess. Yeah. See, you can identify that you were emotionally alone most of that relationship, right? The only thing I'm gonna be honest, you cared about the person. Now I'm not gonna say you didn't care about him, and I'm not gonna say he didn't care about you. Okay. I'm gonna say now, since you already said you felt alone, now you just got to get used to being physically alone. You felt emotionally alone. Now you got to get used to being physically alone for a little while. Okay, Yamit, what's your question? And when you become stronger and you feel better, Stephanie, you will know. Just keep doing the great work that you're doing. I feel like you're doing an awesome job, especially with everything that happened. I don't want to say it happened to you. I'm going to say it happened for you. That breakup and stuff and those people leaving, that happened for you. I'm not going to say it happened to you. I'm going to say it happened for you. Because who knows what was going to go down at the, down the line. Who knows? How do you know if you should contact someone who only reaches out on Facebook? When you say contact someone, do you mean call them? Or do you mean respond to their DM? What do you mean? Anybody else want to share something? Got a question? New hobbies? Anything like that? Mm, um, that's a hard one. I mean, are y'all dating or is there a mutual interest? I guess that's very important because I don't know what, or is this just a friendship or what? Because if it's something like y'all are getting to know each other, hopefully y'all are talking on the phone and going out and stuff like that. But as far as DMing, like if y'all like each other, it shouldn't matter when you send a message. I don't know the context of the situation. I don't know if y'all just met online and y'all just talking strictly online, or y'all doing a little bit of online and in person, on the phone, all that. There's different variables there. Don't be shy, y'all. I know y'all in here. Put a question in the chat. Come on now. Is my person talking to someone else? I'm not doing the cards. Um, Day Diasha. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah. But if you want to talk about that situation, I can give you some intuitive insight. I'm still intuitive, y'all. I just don't have the cards appear. But that question there, that's more like a tarot question. But if you kind of want to give me a little insight, I could see, if you like that. No, sorry, I didn't explain. It's a twin flame and we are in separation. Okay. How valid are 12 months yearly readings since things change constantly with free will? How valid? They're still valid. The Bad Wolf, they're still valid. I'm gonna tell you why. You can see a reading from 5 years ago. And do you think it's by chance that reading just popped up in your feed? No, it's the universe wants you to see that. And what's ironic is that reading happened 5 years ago, but it resonates with you today because it's meant for you to get something from that message. Nothing happens by chance, y'all. You see, just like synchronicities, 1111, 333, 222, 555, 888, 999. When you see those synchronicities, that's not by chance. Your energy doesn't align, or things are not brought to you by chance. There's a reason for all this. All right. Yes, all advice helps. Okay. Diasha, let me ask you this. How serious are y'all? And what makes you feel like this person may be talking to somebody else? How serious are you two? And what makes you feel that? What are the actions of the person? I cut off, then he cut it off, and now he started up, but I'm ignoring because I don't want crumbs. Okay. Yeah, man, that's hard. I mean, you got a lot of cut. You say I cut it off, and then he cut it off, and now he started up, but I'm ignoring because I don't want crumbs. That's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta keep it a buck. I gotta keep it 100 with you. This person is already showing you who they are. Yam it. They're already showing you they're inconsistent. So now the ball is in your court. Either you're gonna talk back to them and still play this game with them, or you're gonna let it go. You can't change them. Don't ever think you can change a person. They are showing you who they are. If they're giving you breadcrumbs, there's a reason for that. That's all that they're willing to offer you. So you either gonna take them crumbs, or you gonna leave the table and wait to get the whole biscuit instead of the crumbs from the biscuit. I don't know how else to put it, y'all. Okay, waiting on Daisha's explanation. Yes, Bad Wolf. It's about timing. Yeah, it's about timing. I know a lot of you subscribe. Hopefully you have subscribed to me. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, y'all. I'm just saying, you in here and click that like button, please. So say, for instance, you're subscribed to me as well as other readers and all that, right? So you have your timeline every day that you see. The readings that pop out to you, not just because they're listed, but the readings that stand out to you on that feed, whether it's from me or any other reader, it's meant for you to see that for a reason. Now, whether you do it or not is your choice. But just know that nothing happens by chance. Now, you can type in, let's just say you're dealing with a heartbreak. You could type in Google. I'm saying somebody could be Googling right now. You could type in YouTube. You could put your sign, like if you're a Pisces or any other sign, Pisces heartbreak. It may show you a list of readings dealing with heartbreak. You might type in, if you're a Cancer reconciliation. You're going to see a bunch of results. But I promise you, there's only going to be maybe a few that's going to stand out to you. You know? Hey, Alex. You're amazing. Stephanie, you're amazing, Empress. Nice to get some support. It's been a weird time over here. Hard to open up to all these people coming at me hot, thinking I owe them all these answers. I need objectivity. You don't owe them nothing. All you owe them is respect, because that's another human being. But you don't owe them. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. It's hard enough trying to get through it. You don't have to explain yourself. He's been distant, Daasha, if I'm pronouncing that right. He's been distant. I can't tell if he's just with because it's comfortable or he is serious. So let me ask you this. What is a typical week like for you, Daasha, with this person? What is a typical week like? What is a typical day like? What is a typical conversation like? I'm just trying to gauge the energy of the person. Is it okay to Empress 5 away? I pulled a few cards for Daasha because I have them in front of me. I mean, if she's open to that, that's all. That's always a thing too. You got to be careful if people are not open to you reading for them, because it is sort of like an intrusion. So you want to be careful with that. I was going to bed and your video popped up. So let's see what's my mess. Okay, Alex, what's going on? We just in here chatting. If you got something you like to add or question about anything, feel free. I feel like I should let go, like something's off, but it's hard letting go. I tried, but my big heart won't let go. Yes, in the past, he did hurt me, and I just don't want to go through what I did. If you don't mind me asking, what did he do? What did you go through? If you don't mind me asking. Hey, Dinan, I love listening to your positive advice. You uplift my soul. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. The Capricorn I'm dealing with, what is her intentions? Once again, I don't have the cards out, y'all, but if you provide your situation a little bit clearer, because the cards kind of help me out with those, but if you will explain what you're going through, I would definitely see about giving you some intuitive guidance, y'all. I'm still intuitive. I just don't have the cards. They think I owe them. I'm like, leave me alone, people trying to heal over here. That's what, you don't owe them nothing. You don't owe them a thing. It's fun and we laugh, but I'm still lonely. It's like being with someone, but still lonely. I don't want to always feel like I'm afraid to try. You don't want him. You don't want that person. You don't, I'm just going to be honest. You don't want them. I feel like maybe for you it's comfortable. You tried at one time, you were really into this person, but when they crossed the line, it changed the dynamic. So even if y'all reconcile and y'all get back, break up, get back together, but whatever offense that happened, you can't get over it. And it's not that it's not that you're unwilling to do it. It's just you're human and you can't get it off your mind because deep down inside, you want something better for yourself and you deserve that. But maybe you're comfortable with this person and you care about them. And you want them to change. It's like you may want them to be different than what they've already shown you. But this person's already shown you who they are, He done me wrong with 2 different women and played games with my mind. It was awful, but all my relationships was like that. I stay to myself. I have friends and I just feel lonely and it hurts. Yeah. Yeah, we attract the energy. We'll keep attracting the same energy until we identify why we keep attracting that. It's deep. Why? What is it that makes you attract that kind of energy? And that's not me picking on you. I used to do the same thing. I used to do the same thing. Got the same kind of man, just a different body. until I identified, I'm like, wait a minute. I don't value myself. So I was attracting how I felt about myself. If I felt insecure, I was attracting the insecure men. If I wasn't respecting myself, I attracted somebody disrespectful. I'm just saying, because that's the way energy is. And it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It may just be, just a little things need to be worked out with you. That's all. You may need a little bit more healing, on a little bit more self-love, being gentle with yourself, because you're only human. I've been cheated on in the past. She left myself, left you, myself, and my kids, went, got married, then didn't work. Now she's trying to get back into my life, using me again. How do I let go? You got to make a decision. You got to make a decision. You got to make a decision, Denon. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read, I'm just going to say it. I've been cheated on. Listen to your message. I've been cheated on. You started out the gate. Telling me why you don't want to be with this person. I know physically you're with them, or you're thinking about getting back with them, but you started out saying why you don't want to be with them. I'm just saying, y'all, I've been cheated on in the past. She left me, went and got married, and then it didn't work out. Now she's trying to get me back. This is why you are answering your own question. Read that paragraph. I promise you, you are answering your own question. Question, y'all. You are answering your own question. You have all the explanation you need as to why you don't need this person in your life. Cheated on, left you, got married. Left you, got married to somebody else. Trying to come back because it didn't work with that other person. The grass won't greener. Trying to get you back and using you. Several flags. But the one thing a lot of us try to do is we want to change that person. We want to make that person want us, and we can't do it, y'all. If they don't want you from the beginning, they just don't want you. And that's okay. You don't stick around and let somebody use you. Don't let them keep popping in and you ain't got no revolving door. Now, if you break up and y'all get back together because maybe y'all two needed to mature a little bit, that's a whole different story. But I'm talking about this in and out energy, blah, 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 blah. They don't know what they want today. They don't know what they want tomorrow. No. 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 Your time is precious, y'all. Good thing they don't want us. I feel like it gives us the opportunity to find much better stuff. Yeah. And it used to hurt me too. I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to share this with y'all. It used to hurt me when I had to say to myself, this man does not want me. It's something about those words, like, he doesn't want me. And then what you do in your mind, you go from he doesn't or she doesn't want me to, well, why don't they want me? You know what I mean? You start asking, well, why don't they want me? They don't want to be with me. I don't understand. What is it about me? And so you gotta watch that. You gotta change the way you accepting what's going on. This person could not want you because maybe they don't know how to love, or maybe they're not ready for a person like you. It doesn't always have to be because you ugly, because you this. No. Some people want what they can't have. That's why people want to come back. When they get so they can't have you, then it's like, well, dog, I think I missed out. But that's their problem. That's their problem. My pleasure, y'all. So painful. Like, why does he want her and not me? Because I'm not aligned with him and she is. Yeah. And then you got to look at the frequency that they on, Steph. If this man or woman is aligning more with somebody else than they are with you ought to be glad that you figure out this person not vibing with you like that and they vibe with somebody else. I mean, you got to think about it. Not saying there's anything wrong with you. I just, because sometimes I don't want to trigger anybody. I'm saying, think about it. Let's say this person is getting along better with this woman here versus me. Okay. It could be one or two things. Either they on the same level, or I require him to step up a little bit. I require respect. He can't run all over me. Maybe he can go over here and run all over her. I'm just saying. You gotta look at that. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just may be something wrong with the individual that you're trying to be with. I'm just saying. It's the same pattern over and over, overlooking the bad. Sometimes I have big heart and see the good in people, but it's important. Remember, it was never about you. No! I'm telling you, y'all, most times when you got people coming in, disregarding you, disrespecting you, ignoring you, leaving you, talking crazy to you, that person got an issue. They don't love themselves. Because anybody that's who truly loves themselves, they're not gonna treat people like that. There's no way. When you love who you are as a person, right? When you love and accept yourself, think about it. You accept you. So that means you have empathy for yourself, for your feelings. And with empathy comes, when you look at another human being, you can feel what they feel a little bit there. So you can look at things from their perspective. So you already love you, and you see another human being that you're trying to date. When you love you now, you're not going to intentionally try to hurt this other human being, and y'all two are trying to connect. Think about it. When a person come in and they trying to hurt your feelings, disrespect, disregard, cheat on you, that's a person that does not love themselves. I promise you that. Because when you love you, you're not going to be doing mess like that. I'm not saying people don't make mistakes or make bad decisions. I'm just saying sometimes our love for ourselves wavers. Sometimes we'll be in relationships and some people will cheat because their confidence it's not up to par. Maybe they feel like instead of working on a relationship, they think that going outside and being with somebody else is going to fix how that emptiness that they feel, instead of staying and communicating with their partner. And it usually doesn't work like that. It usually makes a bigger mess. So I'm just saying, y'all, somebody that loves themselves is not going to treat you like crap. When you got somebody you dating or something and they treating you like crap, you need to go. You need to haul buggy. You don't stay there and let somebody disrespect you. I tell people all the time, you got you for the rest of your life. Then you ain't gonna get another you. You got this one body, this one mind, this one soul in this life. So you want to let somebody disrespect all of what you have to offer because they don't know who they are? Nah. It is better to be alone than to go through that. Be alone and continue to work on self until you meet that energy that aligns with yours. And that energy's out there. Hey, Francine, what's going on? That energy is out there, y'all. You don't have to settle for clowns. You don't have to settle for people, men and women, that treat you like crap. No. And then they want to come back and use you, try to butter you up like a croissant. And then they get what they want and they back out there doing whatever or treating you any old kind of way. No. You got feelings just like they do. And please do not say this. I'm going to shed some light. If you have been this type of person, this is not me judging you. But I have some people that I've spoken to, and they will say things like, well, he's been through a hard time. That's why he yells. Or she's been through a hard time. That's why she walks out. No. Who hasn't been through a hard time? I'll wait. Yeah. Yeah. I even felt energetically nobody could raise their hand. Who hasn't been through a hard time? No, that person just want to be like that because they don't want to go and get the right help they need to fix their situation. They want to take out stuff on you because they feel like they can. No, that's an excuse. That's an excuse. Mm-mm. That's an excuse. Somebody yelling and acting a fool, that's how they want to act. Oh, he's going through a hard time. He had a hard childhood. Boo hoo hoo. Well, guess what? He's not the only one. I guarantee you there's millions of people that have been through struggles, different things in their childhood. And I'm not making light of that because that's trauma. But when we take that and we use that as an excuse for letting somebody hurt us, that's unacceptable. You shouldn't accept that. Let that person go. And you can tell them, hey, I love you, but I love you enough to say I need to let you go so you can work on your healing. Because loving you is hurting me. Ooh, loving you is hurting me. His job to figure out. No, it was, yeah, exactly, Stephanie. Think about it. You did all that work to become a high frequency person. You've been reading books. You've been just working on yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, right? You meet you. Wow. I don't want to say bozo. I'm not going to say that. You meet this person and they instantly, because you got this high vibe and this could be a karmic. And y'all look good for about 2 or 3 months. And then you start really, because you started seeing who they were in that first 30 days. But because you like this person, you kept going. It's 3 months in. This person has started acting crazy. You think it's crazy, but really it's them. That's who they really are, right? And you're like, wait a minute, they won't like this at the beginning. Well, they done got used to you now. They're accustomed to you. So they start being who they are. They start being the real them. And you sitting there like, okay, now it's a decision has to be made. And a lot of times we can get stuck when we see this person who they really are, we'll get stuck sometimes and say, oh man, I really like this person, but I wish he didn't yell. Or I really like this person, but I wish she didn't want to spend all my money or, gossip and, all this stuff. Or I really wish they wouldn't cheat on me. I really wish they wouldn't talk to their exes behind my back. We say all that stuff because we want that person because they look good or we like being around them. And they are showing us who they really are. But we want to stay with them because guess what? We want them to change to be the ideal partner. So we don't have to make the tough decision to walk away. I'm just going to say it, y'all. It is what it is. Think about it. Most times, we as human beings, we want other people to change to get to where we feel comfortable in a situation. We want that to happen so that we don't have to take responsibility for seeing this person's true colors and walking away because it hurts. Not that we can't, but it hurts. We don't want that pain. We don't want to feel like something ripped from us. But sometimes you need to rip that thing off like a Band-Aid. You just need to, if it's not good for you. It's never going to be good for you if that person's not working on themselves. It's never going to be good for you. You don't see this person actively going to counseling, actively getting life coaching, actively trying to be a better person. You stuck. You are stuck. And if you see the flags and you identify the flags, you know you deserve better. We can't blame anybody but ourselves if we stay in a situation like that. We can't blame anybody else but ourselves. People develop all kinds of strategies to get their needs met. They can make you feel like it's acceptable treatment, but they just really good at manipulation because that's what they learned. Yes, exactly. Stephanie, manipulation is a strong thing. Yes, that's childhood wounds, not yours to carry, but can be hard to identify sometimes if we aren't keen to. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Manipulators are like big kids. They want their way. And they'll do things to get their way. But you gotta be one up on a manipulator. You gotta identify 'em from the jump. They're not hard to point out. And I just want to point out the biggest thing is that, and I'm including myself as well. I'm not exempt, but my experience with my own life, and I'm speaking about some of the issues you were seeing in the chat. A lot of times we stay in these situations with these people, even though they've shown us who they are. We stay because we want that person to change so that we can still be with them, because we have invested time, we invested money, we invested all these things, and we don't want to have to be the one to pull the plug on a situation and be like, nah, this ain't it. I agree with Stephanie and Empress. I think there's a lot of people who are narcissists and selfishly of the takers in a relationship, and they don't reciprocate properly and see us as human beings. No. Some people see us as resources. Some people see us as a scapegoat. You name it. For money, whatever. Whatever. And we have to be wise enough to know the difference between that stuff. And when somebody has treated you bad and you keep letting them back in, you can't be mad at them. You can't, because look, you're no longer, if we keep, and I'm saying this, y'all, this is real. If we keep allowing people to come back in our lives that have disrespected us or mistreated us, this is friends, relationship, whoever, you're no longer a victim. You're a volunteer. You're no longer a victim. You're a volunteer. You let that person keep coming back in and you know how they are. I hate to tell you this. You're a volunteer. You're volunteering for this energy to come back. That's true, Stephanie. Overgiving is a big one too. Overgiving is so, I've been there, done that. You got to match their energy, or at least be 2 steps behind their energy. Don't go above that person, because then they're going to think that's how you start getting used. If you're doing more than what they're doing, they're already calculating how they can make the situation work for them. But if you meet them right where they are, or you're a couple of steps behind them with the progress, you will see a difference, and you won't be so drained if it doesn't work out. A lot of times we get drained because we're trying to overly do things, overly overshare, overgive, overanalyze. You know what I mean? Yep. So that's what it's about, y'all. hmm Anybody else got a question? Good stuff, y'all. Thank you so much for sharing. Anybody else got a question? Anything on your mind? That's right, Stephanie. It's hard to admit it that we show people how to treat us. I'm telling you, if we keep showing up for their poor behavior and bad behavior, they got every right to keep doing it because we showing up for it. One time, 2 times, maybe 3. I say 2 times. You got 2 chances because we get older now. We ain't got time. Especially you 35 and up. You ain't got time for all that. Just saying. So I'm not even going to say 35. I'm going to say 25 and up. So, give them two chances. The first time may have been a mistake. The second time, okay, yeah, they still haven't learned. But third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, they playing with you. They are playing with you because they know you're going to take them back. They know they're going to be able to come in that house. They know they're going to be able to get money from you. They know they're going to be able to sleep at your house, sleep with you, do whatever, and you still going to hold them down. You still got their back. 11-11. We got 11 in and 11 likes. 11-11, y'all. Synchronicity. I'm telling you, I promise you that. They're going to play with you. They're going to play games with you. They're going to run game. They're going to do everything because they feel like they got you. They feel like they got you. That's why I like to remain mysterious. I like for people to think they have me figured out and they don't. I don't tell them a lot. I let them talk about them. I let most people talk about themselves. Because I'm listening, I'm learning. And if you listen to a person enough, you'll learn a whole lot about them. A whole lot. Reinforce bad behavior. I refuse to be a parent to a grown adult anymore. Laugh out loud. I've learned lessons. I need someone who can regulate themselves. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Don't be mad. This is an example, y'all. Don't be mad because this person, um, you thought it was a good package with this person, and you open up the package, and the clothes don't fit in the package. It just don't work for you. Don't be mad because of the purchase. Take the receipt and send it back. you know, send it back. You don't have to have that. If it does not fit you, you got a package of a person, and the contents in that package, the products in there don't fit your life, or not things that you can actively use or grow from. Put those things back in that box and send that person on their way. Return them to the sender. Just saying, that package isn't for you. Like, oh, wait a minute, it must have. Oh no, you must have the wrong house. You know what I mean? Like, just saying. Sometimes they might have the wrong house, the wrong person. Don't be mad when people want to go, y'all. It hurts your feelings, but don't be mad. Just say, okay, our time is ended. So I wish you well. And truly mean it, y'all. And move on. Try your best to. I'm sure. Yeah. I know. It can be hard. But if you love yourself and you know this person isn't loving you, you love yourself, but they don't feel they love you, that's not it. That is not it. That is you settling for less than what you deserve. And you're going to stay with this person. You're going to try to get them to be what you want them to be. And they're never going to be it because they are who they are. They might change a little bit here and there if they see necessary, but they're not going to be the person that you have in your mind for them to be. They're going to be who they are. And they're going to be who they're showing you. If the person's aggressive, they're going to be an aggressor. If they're a really nice person, they're going to be really nice. I mean, it is what it is. We can't change another person. And you shouldn't want to. I've been there, done that, didn't work. I learned better. So, you want to connect with somebody in a way that you connect with the energy that you already get, you already are around, you know? And then you just meanwhile continue to feel less and less like yourself anyway. Yeah, that's true, Stephanie. Yeah. Love shouldn't be hard like that, and it shouldn't be painful. You sitting up there trying to make somebody see that you are worthy. Well, you just don't treat me right. I'm not happy. Stop saying that. Get out of there. If they don't feel like you are important enough to take seriously, you need to bounce. You need to pick up your keys and your chihuahua. Somebody got a little chihuahua. You need to pick up your keys and your chihuahua and get out of there. And they can't see no value in trying to keep you. They don't see the value in you. And you're gonna keep standing there talking to them. Well, I'm just not happy. You act like you're not happy with me. I don't think you like me. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? They know what they're doing. They are well aware of what they're doing. He was a locksmith. Oh wow, confirmation. This person know what they doing. They know how they want to be treated. So you think they don't know how to treat you? They just choosing not to do that. Either because I don't know how they feel about you. They might not feel that way. Or maybe they haven't developed the feelings like that. Or they're immature. It could be a million and one things. You know? It could be a million and one things. But when you notice that love is not being served, respect is not being served, and make sure you're giving these things out too. But if you know this, respect, integrity, all these, you're not getting this back, you need to bounce. Grab your keys and your chihuahua and get out of there. Sit up there and let somebody play with you like that. You're not a toy. Like I said in my lives, a few lives back, last time I checked, when I looked on my back, I did not see a tattoo with Mattel on it. You know how they make the Barbies? Mattel makes Barbies. I don't see a tattoo on me that say Mattel. I'm not a toy. I'm not no toy. Don't let nobody play with you like that. People will play games with your lives for years. And then one day they'll walk away from you and just like they've never known you. And you have wasted so much time with somebody that play games. And a lot of times they're gonna, if they leave you alone to go somewhere else, well, they're not gonna take that person seriously either. They might marry them and all that, but still that new person gonna see them too. If this person was a whole jerk with you until they do the work, they gonna be a whole jerk with somebody else. I'm just saying. People don't just change because they get new options. No, they just change options. And they have options because they're trying to figure out which one they can be with that won't require them to level up, step their game up. And the one that's the least resistant, that's the one they choose. But do them and that person elevate? No, probably not, especially if they're on the same frequency. And then guess what? Your person in question, they get over there, leave you with this person. And get this, they get tired of that person. You want to know why? Because that person had the same frequency that they have. And they're too much alike. So then they start looking back over like, wonder what Pisces doing. Wonder what, Sagittarius doing. I'm like, nah, you going to stay over there. You didn't want to rise to the occasion to work on this and have a happy home. No, you stay over there. You got your match. You wanted somebody that you didn't have to put a lot of work into the relationship. You got that now. Now you over there and it's not fulfilling. Now you want to come back and mess up my peace. No. No. Because that's all they doing, flip-flopping. And see, your emotions are all over the place because you won't really just let this person go. How they gonna see what they did to you, y'all, if you keep taking them back? I'll wait. Explain in the chat. Y'all let me know. If a person did you wrong and you keep taking them back, how are they gonna learn their lesson? You keep taking them back. They can't learn nothing like that. All they're learning is, okay, I got away with this time. All I gotta do is do this, and they'll always take me back. They're learning strategies of how to keep doing whatever they're doing to disrespect you. It's not until you pull yourself completely away from people that they get it. Whether you revisit the situation later or not, you need to pull yourself away. Don't keep sticking around for people to play with you. You're worth more than that. You're not a toy. This is your life. This not a game. This is your life. You give somebody 2 or 3 months of your life, y'all trying to get to know each other, and they act crazy. That's 2 or 3 months that you can't get back. So that's why it's so important. When you meet somebody new and you recognize they playing games, cut it out. Cut it out of your life. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You can't get time back. Just gonna tell you, if a person, sorry y'all, I'm going back to bed in a minute. If a person comes in your life and they tell you out the gate they don't want a relationship, or they don't know what they want, and you know what you want, leave that person alone. You're never gonna be able to convince that person to want what you want. They're already telling you what they want. They tell you. But some of us stay with that person who think that we can give them enough time and all this stuff, and that's going to convince them to be with us. No. Because this person's going to say, well, I already told you I didn't want bop, bop, bop. That's what they're going to say. We create illusions in our minds over people. And then once we really get to know them, we sitting there like, man, this is nothing. That's why a lot of us get mad. We're like, oh my God, you're not the man I thought you were. That man never told you. That man never told you to think of him in a different way. That's what you chose to do. Same thing for women. She's nothing like the girl I thought she was. See, listen to the statement. She's nothing like the girl I thought she was. But she's showing you the woman that she is. And he's showing you the man that he is. It's different from the illusion that you put in your brain. It's just that deep, y'all. Think about it. This is accountability we talking. A lot of times when we meet somebody very attractive and successful, and then they play games with you, you're mad because they look good on paper. They got everything going on paper, but spiritually they're low vibrational and they're negative. Because when we meet people, sometimes we create a story in our mind. You know? We usually create a story in our mind about a person. And then when they don't live up to it, we get angry. You know? We get angry when they don't live up to the illusion we have in our mind. Not knowing we created this story in our own mind. They didn't do it. We created it. And when we get to know this person and they don't align with the image that we have in our mind, we get mad at that person. But they've shown you who they are. Is it fair to put what you want on them? It's not fair. Let them go, work on self, and wait for what you want. Because it's out there. You're not going to get 100% of what you want. You might get 80-20. It might be 70-30. It might even be 60-40. It just depends. So, it's when we want to mold people and make them like in the image we have in our mind. And it's, a year and 8 months to finally say, I don't want to marry you, and if I do want to have kids with you, I don't want to have it. Yeah, it happens like that, Angel. It does. But I guarantee you, Angel, somewhere in there you identified that this person didn't want to be married. If you look back, you can see it. Potential trap a lot of people up if they don't have it. Keep, yeah, DP. Yes, I'm telling you, it gets people caught up when they get to know somebody and they like them, and they're so into them because of either how they look or the fact that they're together or something like that. So then they create this story in their mind. I'm talking like they just see themselves holding hands in the park, going on dates, going to church together, doing all these things together, doing family picnics together. They create all these visions in their mind with this person because they're infatuated with them. Well, you get to know this person either months or years, and they never measure up to this thing in your mind, and you get mad. You get mad. You're nothing like I thought you were. You're not the man you used to be. You're not the woman you used to be. I mean, like, no, I'm the same person. You just didn't take the time to get to know me because you were trying to get that illusion you have in your mind. I kid you not. You show them. Be honest about it. Yeah, that's right, Stephanie. Be real about it. And then we want to stay with them, and we want to make them see that we want them to be like this or like that. That person may not be equipped to be like that. They may not be equipped to be honest right now. They may not be equipped to be stable right now. And you got to leave them right there. Don't try to force them to do anything. Just say, okay, maybe this is not the situation for me. And move on. And move on from that energy. I hope this helped, y'all. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. I am going to bed. I'm yawning. And just have a great day. Remember, you're worth it always. I will definitely be doing the energy check and just our regular readings tomorrow. So please make sure you look below this video and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I'm live and you can join us. Have a great one, everybody. Stay safe and blessed. And thank you for your feedback in the chat tonight. Bye, y'all.